Mr. Sinagra.
Here.
Mr. Ingraffia.
Here.
Mr. Joseph. Mr. Havis. Mr. Richtel. Mr. Mayhew.
Here.
Mr. Wells.
Here.
Mr. Vial.
Here.
Ms. Hyde.
Here.
Ms. Ciotat. Here. Mr. Havis.
Ms. Ada just walked in.
All right. Anyone wish to address an agenda item? Okay. If not, hopefully everyone had a chance to look at the minutes from the special meeting on November 12th. Entertain a motion to approve those.
So moved.
Second.
All right, I have a motion by Mr. Joseph, second by Mr. Ingraffia. Roll call, please.
Mr. Ingraffia.
Yes.
Mr. Joseph.
Yes.
Mr. Havis.
Yes.
Mr. Mayhew.
Yes.
Mr. Wells.
Yes.
Mr. Vial.
Yes.
Ms. Hyde.
Yes.
Ms. Ciotat.
Yes.
Mr. Sinagra.
Yes.
First, we have 8th Ward Fire Matters.
Yes, good evening. Asking to adopt a resolution to surplus and dispose of assets located at 8th Ward Volunteer Fire Department.
So move.
Second.
Have a motion by Mr. VL, second by Mr. Havis. Roll call, please.
Mr. Joseph. Yes. Mr. Havis.
Yes.
Mr. Mayhew. Mr. Wells.
Yes.
Mr. Vial.
Yes.
Ms. Hyde.
Yes.
Ms. Ciotat.
Yes.
Mr. Sinagra.
Yes.
Mr. Ingraffia.
Yes.
All right, Hammond Fire Matters.
This is another resolution to surplus and dispose of assets located at the Hammond Volunteer Fire Department. And I'm just about done. I got Ponchatoula left and mine, and then we'll be complete.
I so move, Mr. Mayor.
Second here.
Okay, I have a motion by Mr. Wells, second by Mr. VL. Roll call, please.
Mr. Havis.
Yes.
Mr. Mayhew. Yes. Mr. Wells.
Yes.
Mr. Vial.
Yes.
Ms. Hyde.
Yes.
Ms. Ciotat.
Yes.
Mr. Sinagra.
Yes.
Mr. Ingraffia.
Yes.
Mr. Joseph.
Yes.
Okay, Kentwood Fire Matters, that item will be pulled. Monthly.
Ma'am, I
Do we
spoke
need a
with the-
motion to?
Yes, ma'am. I spoke
Okay.
with the mayor, and we're going to set up a meeting next week to discuss some issues at that time. So I'd like to pull this matter from the agenda.
Okay.
I'll second.
Have a motion by Mr. Joseph, second by Mr. VL. Roll call, please.
Mr. Mayhew.
Yes.
Mr. Wells.
Yes.
Mr. Vial.
Yes.
Ms. Hyde.
Yes.
Ms. Ciotat.
Yes.
Mr. Sinagra.
Yes.
Mr. Ingraffia.
Yes.
Mr. Joseph.
Yes.
Mr. Havis.
Yes.
Monthly reports.
Yes, these were emailed to y'all to look over the monthly budget and check register reports.
You need a motion to approve those.
You need a motion?
Yeah.
And I'll second.
All right. Motion by Mr. Sinagra, second by Mr. Joseph. Roll call, please.
Mr. Wells.
Yes.
Mr. Vial.
Yes.
Ms. Hyde.
Yes.
Ms. Ciotat.
Yes.
Mr. Sinagra.
Yes.
Mr. Ingraffia.
Yes.
Mr. Joseph.
Yes.
Mr. Havis.
Yes.
Mr. Mayhew.
Yes.
All right. Administrators report.
Yes, so I am seeking approval to start the hiring process for grant masters to write a grant for air packs. I'm looking to get 200 air packs as a grant. I talked to Mr. John Dardis here at the Tangipahoa Parish government, and he suggested that was a great idea. So I'm asking to seek to start the process for that.
They're gonna be shared by all departments.
Yes, sir.
How's the grant writer paid?
Grant writer's paid, he said $3,300 is his cost.
Out of the grant or not, or?
No, we'd have to fund that out
They
of
fund
the
that.
of
Okay.
general fund.
Okay.
If we get all 200 air packs, it'll be like $1.9 million.
Right.
That'd
Wow.
be worth it.
So,
I'll make that motion.
Pretty good.
We have a motion by Mr. Havis,
Second.
second by Mr. VL. Roll call, please.
Mr. Vial.
Yes.
Ms. Hyde.
Yes.
Ms. Ciotat.
Yes.
Mr. Sinagra.
Yes.
Mr. Ingraffia.
Yes.
Mr. Joseph.
Yes.
Mr. Havis.
Yes.
Mr. Mayhew. Mr. Wells.
Yes.
Item six.
next, I have Mr. Dennis James to do the next two.
Good evening, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
This is the time of year we have to start working on our budget for next year. I believe you should have had in your packet two items. One is a proposed amended budget for the year 2024. And if you need a copy, I brought some extra copies. And the second package is actually the proposed budget for the year 2025. What I wanted to mention to you is that We have to introduce both of these as proposed budgets so that we can call a public hearing. So we really can't take these up for discussion until we have an advertisement. We have to wait 10 days and we can have a public hearing to discuss it. When it comes to the 2025 budget, we've been working on this since late August. And there's been a lot of work that's been put into it, but there's an awful lot of work left to do. What has to happen is that the fire administrator has to meet with each of the chiefs and go through their budgets thoroughly and do some fine tuning. So I anticipate that when we reconvene for the public hearing, there'll be some changes that are going to be put forth. But we have to introduce something to start the process to call for public hearing. So all I'm asking tonight is you receive this proposed budget and authorize the fire administrator to contact the Daily Star to run a notification of the public hearing. I think y'all are going to try to maybe do the public hearing on December the 9th,
Yes, sir.
following
After
the next council member. So that's all I'm here to do. I'll be happy to answer any questions, but we really can't talk about much related to the budget until we advertise and have that public hearing on the 9th. So.
And you did say the administrator is gonna meet with each one of the chiefs?
Yes, sir. I believe what's going to happen is that now that it's introduced, he'll meet with each fire chief. I think certain council members that are in that district are going to be invited.
They're invited
And we're going to take another look at this budget. At the end of the day, we have to adopt a system-wide budget that balances revenues available, expenditures. We got to get to a balanced budget. So that's kind of what the process, like I said, we've been working on this for several months now, but we have a lot more work to do. I would just say, when your chief is ready to meet with the fire administrator, if you could make yourself available, please do. And then we'll come back on December the 9th, probably with some changes to this proposed budget, and then hopefully if it balances, the fire board will be able to adopt the budget, and that'll be the budget that we're going to be working on in 2025.
I think some of those meetings have already been set up.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
No, a board has.
Okay.
And
So-
I'm good, Joe.
It's open to change if so be it.
What has to happen, under state law, once we introduce the proposed budget, we can't make any changes until the public is invited to participate on December the 9th. But we can be working on what we would like to propose as changes at that meeting. And then what I anticipate, and I'll be here at that meeting, is that we have the public here to have their input. David with the fire chiefs will have their input, and then hopefully we can present to the council, to the board, a balanced budget that you can adopt. And, you know, we have a certain amount of resources and ideas to try to balance this budget, making use of the resources we have available and trying to address the needs of the district from a system-wide basis. So.
And I just want to point out too, the importance of these meetings that Mr. Atkins is going to be setting up, to try to make yourself available to be there for that, so we can get through this process before December the 9th.
Mr. Dennis, will you be available for any of those meetings?
Yes, I will. And my role in this process is that as this data comes in, I have a large Excel spreadsheet where I have all this data. So as we make these changes, as we meet with the chiefs, I input all that and it populates up into a total system-wide budget. The idea is that we got to get this thing to balance. So there's going to be some pluses here, some minuses there, but system-wide coming up with a balanced budget. So yes, I am definitely available, but we thought rather than having a meeting with everybody present, it would be more effective to have the fire administrator meet with each chief individually with their council representatives. I'll be there if it's needed, and we'll work through this. But remember, we have to populate all this data from 10 different fire departments into a budget that balances with the resources we have available for next year.
Any questions?
That's so moved.
All right, so we need to vote to introduce the amended budget for '24 first.
I got it.
Okay?
There's a question down here. So we will have a meeting on the 9th, correct?
Yes, sir.
And will we have another fire board meeting after that?
On the 23rd.
On the
23rd.
23rd, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that'll be the final adoption.
Right.
Yes, okay.
By law, we
I'm good.
have to adopt next year's budget before the end of this
Yes.
current year.
Yes,
So
yes.
that's the calendar timeline we're working on. If we can work through all the changes at the public hearing on the 9th and the board is ready to adopt the budget, we can do it at that time. If it's
Okay.
not quite ready, we can still working on it. Hopefully, we can adopt that budget at the final meeting, because by law, if it doesn't get adopted and it carries into next year, we're going to be faced with an audit finding and that
Okay.
kind of thing. So the idea is to have a robust discussion at the next meeting, and if we can make these changes and we're ready to come to a consensus to adopt the budget, we can do it then, or we can carry it over to the last fire board meeting in December.
So we have two options?
Yes.
Okay.
But
Thank you.
that's why it's real critical between now and the 9th. Everybody make yourself available to get with the chiefs. They're each one of y'all's chiefs or whatever, and let's get these line items figured out and agreed. That way, December the 9th, we're all in agreement. We can keep moving forward.
All right, have a motion by Mr. Joseph to introduce the amended budget for '24. I need a second.
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Havis. Roll call, please.
Ms. Hyde?
Yes.
Ms. Ciotat?
Yes.
Mr. Sinagra?
Yes.
Mr. Graffia?
Yes.
Mr. Joseph?
Yes.
Mr. Havis?
Yes.
Mr. Mayhew?
Yes.
Mr. Wells?
Yes.
Mr. Bial?
Yes.
Okay, then we need a motion to introduce the proposed budget for 2025.
So move.
Second.
Have a motion by Mr. VL, second by Mr. Havis. Roll call, please.
Ms. Ciotat?
Yes.
Mr. Sinagra?
Yes.
Mr. Graffia?
Yes.
Mr. Joseph?
Yes.
Mr. Havis?
Yes.
Mr. Mayhew?
Yes.
Mr. Wells?
Yes.
Mr. Bial?
Yes.
Ms. Hyde?
Yes.
So the notice calling for the public hearing will go out this Thursday's edition of the Daily Star, and we'll let everybody know that the public hearing to discuss this budget will be held on December the 9th. I guess it's going to be following the council
Yes, sir.
meeting. Okay.
Thursday's a holiday.
Thank you, sir.
When are they gonna, Daily Store's publishing?
Well, they call it a Thursday edition, but they're going to send it out Wednesday.
Wednesday.
But the actual date on the publication will be Thursday.
Good.
Any other fire matters?
I'd just like to say, wish y'all a happy Thanksgiving. I did send out some calendar invites today to set up for next week, so just be looking for calendar invites. That's it.
Thank you.
Need a motion to adjourn?
Also move.
Okay.
What y'all doing? Thanksgiving?